Hola, I'm Mikey and welcome to Segovia, Spain. Okay, I have just arrived in Segovia. It's just an hour bus ride away from Madrid. Super easy, €9.20 return. And I'm about to go exploring, see what I find.
Para enfocar. Enfoca primero en la pantalla. Da así el dedo en la pantalla y luego le haces la foto.
Okay, so I'm at the Aqueduct of Segovia now. It's absolutely incredible. It's a Roman aqueduct, 2 tiers, and it's got 167 arches. It's absolutely spectacular.
This ancient Roman structure stands like a stone colossus, a marvel of engineering that's been defying gravity for nearly 2,000 years. No mortar, no concrete, just perfectly balanced stones stacked in harmony, as if the Romans knew they were building something to withstand the ages. And they weren't messing around. This thing runs almost 15 kilometers from the mountains into the heart of Segovia, ferrying water to a city that once buzzed with the life of the empire. Walking underneath those arches, you can almost hear the echoes of history. There's a surreal sense of stepping back in time. Run your hand along the cool, rough stone. Each rock was placed with such precision and purpose that it's almost humbling. There's no entrance fee, no tourist trap, just a raw piece of history right out there in the open. A reminder of just how small we are and how big our ideas can be.
Okay, so the aqueduct was absolutely spectacular. Hopefully I haven't wasted all of my battery taking photos and videos of it because there's plenty more to see here, but let's see what I can find next. Wow. Okay, this is the Plaza Mayor. There's lots of restaurants around here, and apparently the most famous dish that you have to have in Segovia is suckling pig. So I'm gonna work up a bit of a hunger, and then I think I'm gonna chow down on that. So I'll let you know how it is later.
¡Pesada!
So this is the Segovia Cathedral, and it was one of the last cathedrals in Europe to be built in the Gothic style. It's pretty spectacular. I feel like I'm in a fairy tale village walking through all these streets. It's really magical. So this is the Alcázar de Segovia. The castle was originally built as an Arab fort, but it has been home to royalty, to soldiers, and also to prisoners. Spain's Queen Isabella I, I think it was crowned here, and it was from the 12th century. So according to legend, Walt Disney used first this castle, Alcázar, in Segovia as inspiration for the Wicked Queen's castle in Snow White, and then also later the turrets were used as inspiration for Cinderella's castle, the famous Disney image, of course. So who knows, fairy tales might come true and maybe I will find my prince. Someday my prince will come. Okay, ticket was €10, which includes the climbing up of the tower. If you don't want to do that, it's just €7, so not bad. Okay, these are the cellars underneath, obviously. Look at this.
The Alcázar of Segovia, a fortress that's been guarding this hilltop since the 12th century. Built by the Moors, expanded by Christian kings, and polished by the royals of Castile, it's a living piece of history that's changed shape and purpose more times than you can count. Walking through its halls, you're stepping into a space that's seen the rise and fall of dynasties. This is where Queen Isabella was crowned before uniting Spain, and where King Philip II gave it that fairy tale facelift with those iconic slate spires.
Wow, it's absolutely stunningly beautiful in here. Look at that. This is where the magic happens.
Room after room, you see traces of its many lives. From the throne rooms to the grand banquet halls, each dripping in intricate Mudéjar designs and Gothic details. It's part palace, part military stronghold, and part medieval dream, all woven into one place. Much more than just a pretty castle on a hill, it's the place where the story of Spain played out, one battle, coronation, and royal scandal at a time.
Absolutely spectacular. Amazing views. Beautiful castle. Must visit if you're in Madrid. Come to Segovia. Come to Alcázar Castle.
And while you're here, don't miss the Alcázar's museum. It's packed with books, armour, weapons and royal artefacts that really drive home the castle's military past. You get a sense of just how many battles these walls have seen. But for the best view in the house, make sure you buy a ticket to head up to the Torre de Juan. It's a climb up a winding narrow staircase, but when you hit the top, you're rewarded with a panoramic view of Segovia, the cathedral and the rolling hills beyond. It's a reminder that this place wasn't just built for defense, it was built to dominate the landscape.
So it's a narrow staircase with, I think, 152 stairs up to the top here of the Tower of St. John, or Torres de Juan, but it's totally worth it. These views are spectacular. So I highly recommend, if you're visiting Madrid, to take a day trip to Segovia. It's absolutely magical. It's like being inside a fairy tale village. It's a great little day trip from Madrid. I got the bus, took an hour on the bus, and then I've allowed myself 5.5 hours before my return bus back to Madrid, and that's plenty of time. Took an hour or so to get through the castle. Spent some time looking at the aqueduct. I didn't go inside the cathedral this time, but I've still got time to have some suckling pig, which is pretty exciting. Okay, time for the famous Segovian suckling pig. It's a yes from me. It's just absolutely awe-inspiring how they built this so many years ago. It's very epic, using old building techniques, none of the modern machinery. It's just insane. I'm blown away. You have to see it with your own eyes. Videos and photos just don't do it justice. It's way more epic than I imagined it to be. And yeah, definitely something to do if you come to Spain. Well, goodbye Segovia. It's time for me to head back to Athens with a full belly and a full heart. I'm so cheesy. No, not a full heart, because despite it being a fairy tale village with a fairy tale castle, I didn't find my prince. So maybe I'll find them in Madrid tonight. Here's hoping. Thanks for watching. See you next time.